Auzubillahiminashaitanirrajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, I welcome all of you to my YouTube channel. If you like my video, please subscribe the channel and like and comment on the videos that I have shared on my channel. Well, today we are going to discuss about the process of communications. So let us start our today's lesson. Well, the process of communication refers to the transmission or passage of information or message from the sender through a selected channel to the receiver, overcoming barriers that affects its pace. The process of communication is a cyclic one, as it begins with the sender and ends with the sender in the form of feedback. Are you getting me, students? I said that the process of communication starts with the sender and it ends with the sender in the form of feedback. It takes place upward, downward, and laterally throughout the organization. You can find communication everywhere, almost in every organization, every field of life. The process of communication, as such, must be a continuous and dynamic interaction, both affecting and being affected by many variables. Communication process consists of certain steps where each step constitutes the essential of an effective communication. Well, we are gonna discuss about the different important steps of the process of communication. First of all, we are gonna discuss about the sender. As you can see on your screens, there is a diagram given on your screens. So the process starts from the sender. Who is the sender? The very foundation of communication process is laid by the person who transmits or sends the message. He is the sender of the message, which may be a thought, idea, a picture, symbol, report, or an order, and postures and gestures, even a momentary smile. Dear student, the sender is therefore the initiator of the message that need to be transmitted. After having generated the idea, information, etc., the sender encodes it in such a manner that can be well understood by the receiver. Now after that, we have message. The sender encodes the message. Okay? So let's talk about message. Message is referred to as the information conveyed by words, as in speech and write-ups, signs, pictures, or symbols, depending upon the situation and the nature and importance of information desired to be sent. Message is the heart of communication. It is the content the sender wants to convey to the receiver. It can be verbal, both written and spoken, or non-verbal. For example, pictorial or symbolic. So, dear students, Well, then what is encoding? That's very important. The next process, the next stage, the next step is encoding. Encoding is putting the targeted message into appropriate medium, which may be verbal or non-verbal, depending upon the situation, time, space, and nature of the message to be sent. The sender puts the message into a series of symbols, pictures, or words, which will be communicated to the intended receiver. Encoding is an important step in the communication process. As wrong and inappropriate encoding may defeat the true intent of the communication process. Well, after encoding, we have the next step, the name of channel. By the name of channel, what does mean by channels? The medium through which we transmit our message. Channel. Channels refer to the way or mode the message flows or is transmitted through. The message is transmitted over a channel that links the sender with the receiver. The message may be oral or written, and it may be transmitted through a memorandum, a computer, telephone, cell phone, apps, or television. Since each channel has its advantages and disadvantages, the choice of proper selection of the channel is paramount for effective communication. So, dear student, then we have receiver, which is the decoder, which is also known as decoder. Well, receiver is the person or group who the message is meant for. He may be a listener, a reader, or a viewer. Any negligence on the part of the receiver may make the communication ineffective. The receiver needs to comprehend the message sent in the best possible manner, such that the true intent of the communication is attained. The extent to which the receiver decodes the message depends on his knowledge or her knowledge of the subject matter of the message, experience, trust, and relationship with the sender. The receiver is as significant as a factor in communication process as the sender is. The receiver is as significant a factor in communication process as the sender is. It is the other end of the process. It is the other end of the process. The receiver should be in fit condition to receive the message. That is, he or she should have channel of communication active and should not be preoccupied with other thoughts that might cause him or her to pay insufficient attention to the message. Well, what is decoding now? Decoding. Well, decoding refers to interpreting or converting the sent message into intelligible language. वो जो बात अब तक पहुंची है उसको हमने कोई मतलब है कि उसको कोई अकली शऊरी तौर पे हमने किस चीज़ पे लिया है, किस अंदाज से लिया है. It simply means comprehending the message The receiver, after receiving the message, interprets it and tries to understand it in the best possible manner. So this is which is known as decoding. When the receiver tries to understand the message, tries to interpret the message, it is called decoding. Now finally we have feedback, which is the result of communication and very important. Well, feedback is the ultimate aspect of communication process. It refers to the response of the receiver as to the message sent to him or her by the sender. Feedback is necessary to ensure that the message has been effectively encoded, sent, decoded, and comprehended. Yes, feedback is necessary to ensure that the message has been effectively encoded, sent, decoded, and comprehended. It is the final step of the communication process and establishes that the receiver has received the message in its letter and spirit. In other words, the receiver has correctly interpreted the message as it was intended by the sender. It is instrumental to make communication effective and purposeful. Well, let us have a look on some points that are related to feedback and are involved in the process of communication. While feedback enhances the effectiveness of the communication, as it permits the sender to know the efficacy of his message. Well, feedback जब रिसीवर से जब दोबारा वापस सेंडर की तरफ फीडबैक जाता है, तो वो फीडबैक तो सेंडर को भी ये पता चल जाता है ना कि यार मेरी कम्युनिकेशन किस हद तक जो थी वो इफ़ेक्टिव रही है और मेरा मैसेज किस हद तक कामयाब रहा है. तो फीडबैक इसलिए बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है. इट enables the sender to know if his or her message has been properly comprehended. The analysis of feedbacks helps improve future messages. Feedback like the message can be verbal or non-verbal and transmitted through carefully chosen channel of communication. We can represent the different steps that we had discussed in a model as the model of communication process.